What's up, everybody? It's your boy Flash from ALWT Gaming, aka Malachi36. I am here with It's the 9-Ball and Mildewy Carrot. How you gentlemen doing today?
Bit tired, but good.
Pushing through the pain, I see. I feel that. What about you there, Mildewy Carrot? I know you had an appointment earlier. All good in the hood?
We'll see. Still got more tests to do, but we'll find out.
Heard that.
So far.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm still alive.
Okay. For a minute there, I wasn't too sure. What have you guys been doing over the weekend?
Either. I finally played the second demo for Monster Hunter Rise with a friend of mine, Soviet, that I play with. I played Monster Hunter World with on PlayStation, and holy crap, they better either nerf Magnamalo or give us better equipment when we go to fight them, or allow us to get better equipment, because dear God, if I can get one-shotted by a tail strike, you know, that's too much. I'm like, I feel like
a difficulty right there.
Pretty much is what they did, but I'm like, I'm hoping the guy what it was is they just had overlay armors and a base stat point, because if that's the armor that I was running with the blade I was running, if that's that capabilities, I'm never getting that piece of armor ever at all. Other than that, after we played Valheim, I've been playing that pretty heavily too. It is become addicting. So, yeah.
There you have it. What games have you been playing over there at 9-Ball? You been Valheiming it up?
Not really. I need to, because I do have an itch to play it, but I'm kind of burning backlog up, so I'm finishing up in Iron Blood Orphans. What is that? Gundam Iron Blood Orphans have begun Final Fantasy VII Remake.
You haven't, or you had?
I have.
Okay.
I haven't.
Okay.
Let's put it like this: the new battle system they put it there, I'm probably hoping that they implement that into further Final Fantasy's installments.
I kind of hope that too, to be honest with you. It's a mixture of 13 and 15 together.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, I've been kind of in the same boat. I mean, we played Valheim for our 9 to 5 segment. If you guys have yet to check that out, make sure you guys go back to our YouTube page and just type in ALWT Gaming in the search bar on YouTube. If you can't find us that way, just type in At Least We Tried Gaming. And we should pop right on up. It's our 9 to 5 segment. It's 2 parts. You'll see one video, which is part 1. And then we go for lunch. And then you'll see a second video, which is part 2. With me, It's the 9-Ball, Mildewy Carrot, and Gravity Mark Dos. But Gravity Mark drops out halfway through on the second part, just because he had prior obligations as well. But yeah, we had a pretty good time. We did stream it and everything like that. And And after that, I ended up actually going back to Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I'm playing it on hard, and because it's like one of those game plus modes. So I'm doing that, and it's been almost a full year since I played it, and I'm playing it right now. And there's like cutscenes I don't remember from the first play, and I think this is that part where I'm getting new cutscenes because I'm playing it on plus. So I'm very excited about that, to see what this is going to look like. I have been skipping more of the side quests right now. I don't think that's really going to really matter. But I mean, I know it's going to matter if I'm trying to platinum it, which I'm not going to try to platinum right now, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think Final Fantasy VII Remake is a hard platinum. But still, I think ultimately I'm very excited to see what this is going to have to offer. That first boss made me had to rethink my entire life on Final Fantasy VII Remake on hard mode. That thing was whooping me, man. The first time I played it was actually last year. I just dabbled in it just to see what it was like, and he whooped me, and I didn't really think anything of it. But in hard mode, you can't use any items. So you can't use potions, you can't use ether, you can't use anything like that. No Phoenix Downs. You have to straight up use your MP and your skills, and that's it. So yeah, you can use items when you're out of combat. But when you're in combat, you can't. You have to straight up take them. So you have to So you got to kind of finagle some things around, because using ether in the middle of it, or a high potion, that was a no brainer to me. That's kind of been the essence of it. But New Game Plus, it's a little bit more hardcore. So yeah, it took me about 3 tries to beat the first boss. so yeah. But yeah, guys, definitely want to real fast give a shout out to Pineapple. I don't know if this Penelope, PNAPL _ for the follow. Thank you very much again for that. Who's also a fellow Smiter. So there you go. She enjoys some Smite. And then I know we gave a shout out already about this, but we'll give a shout out again for Duke of Crunk's brother. Thank you very much again for the follow. Sweating Llama for the previous host, and Sweating Llama for the rescribe a couple days ago. So thank you very much again for that. As you guys know, this is ALWT Gaming, where we're going to bring you guys the gaming news, gaming content, talk about our thoughts about the games and all that good stuff that we have to talk about today. We have. If I pull up my doc, I was too busy setting up the stream. I completely forgot to pull that up. So I'm just a little off banter right now. You know what I mean? Let's see. Episode
Malachi will
40.
rejoin us here in a moment.
So we actually have 4 stories today. And of course, how else better to start it by asking the question that's been asked already. The Bethesda deal is finalized, right? Xbox gamers, Xbox fanboys, whatever, you guys have nothing to worry about. You know, you guys are getting these games day and date on Game Pass. So if they're not on Game Pass, you'll probably be able to buy them on the console or PC eventually. You guys have nothing to worry about. Nintendo fans, Sony fans, is there Stadia fans, I guess. Anything that's not
Shark Time only.
Anything that is not Xbox. What does this mean to you guys? I want you guys to think about that question as I read this article from Jeremy Winslow from GameSpot. During the Microsoft Bethesda Roundtable live stream, Xbox head Phil Spencer was asked a question about how the partnership will impact exclusivity. Will Bethesda games only be on Xbox and PC in the future? Spencer said that while there are contractual obligations that must be fulfilled, the deal will result in exclusive games. To that end, he said that partnerships will deliver exclusive games so that ship on platforms where Xbox Game Pass exists. And then Pete Himes threw in the question to Spencer, who noted that he heard the community and wanted to be clear as he can be. Because he thinks its transparency is fair. After amending a bit on how every Bethesda game is not exclusive due to contractual obligations, Spencer said that the Bethesda games will exist on platforms where Xbox Game Pass lives. That means, as of now, Xbox consoles, PC, and mobile devices via cloud streaming. If you're an Xbox customer, the thing that I want you to know is this. about delivering great exclusive games for you that ship on platforms where Xbox Game Pass exists. Says it again. Spencer said, that's our original goal. That's why we're doing this. That's the root of the partnership that we're building, and the creative compatibility, capability we will be able to bring for our Xbox customers. It is going to be the best. It's going to be the best it's ever been for Xbox after we're done here. Spencer also clarified that the Xbox games on other platforms such as Minecraft that continue to be supported, Bethesda games will fall into the similar category, as Spencer noted that the company loves those communities of players and will continue to invest in them. So, a little bit of butchering on my part from reading, just because it was all over the place. It was a direct quote. So what I'm hearing, and this is me, 100% Flash, off the top, like straight off the tap. You know what I mean? I'm hearing that, again, Xbox gamers, you guys have nothing to worry about. Any new IPs that come out, that's a strong possibility that that's going to be Xbox exclusive, primarily because there's no contractual agreements with Sony or Nintendo or anything like that currently. So any new IPs that come out is going to be Xbox exclusive, first and foremost. I didn't put this inside the doc, but I know that he had mentioned something about Legacy. How like the Legacy titles and stuff like that are going to show up on other platforms and stuff. What does that term Legacy mean for you guys? Because for me, and again, I'm cool either way. If it's on PlayStation, I'm cool. If it's not on PlayStation, I'm fine, because most of my games that I like to play are Square Enix anyway. But for me, that sounds like the games that already have a history, like Wolfenstein, like Doom, like Elder Scrolls and stuff like that. They're going to still show up on other on other platforms like Nintendo and whatever, but it's not going to make sense to it's going to entice the consumer more towards Game Pass, because these are going to be on Game Pass. So it's either, hey, you can spend $70 on a PlayStation 5 version of Elder Scrolls 6, or you can go ahead for $10-15, have Game Pass, play it for 2 months, and then you're good. You know, or however long it's on Game Pass for. You know what I mean? And with Xbox owning Bethesda, it's probably going to be on Game Pass permanently. So it's just like one of those things where it's just like, what does that really mean? Again, Xbox gamers, you guys are already getting the goodies. You guys are good to go. Everybody else, you guys still have questions, and I want to hear from you, Nineball. What are your thoughts about this?
To me, it's, you basically nailed most of it. My biggest thing is basically this. He keeps saying wherever Game Pass lives.
It's not coming to Sony. Game Pass is not coming to Sony.
Just might.
You think
I've
so?
heard in the past that they've been trying to make deals with Nintendo.
Yeah. Well, they have a different relationship.
I could see them pushing eventually for Sony. This is why they took off. You think about it, they took off Microsoft Game Pass or Xbox Game Pass, and they just call it Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
They may try to push for this, if you like, in a way, by going, well, I know you want Bethesda's games because they're real popular. You know, it's basically the big Western, the big Western RPG maker. Plus, they have, as well as with that, they also have, what was that other one? Obsidian games with it too. So it is, you have two of the biggest Western RPG makers now underneath Microsoft's hood. They may try to push for it to be on all consoles, you know. Let me put this over there, and you can get Bethesda games, you can get this game, get that game. I'm not going to really, you know, and I'm not going to force Microsoft stuff on you. You can just put it as Game Pass. It's not really intrusive. If they want it, they can get it. If they don't want it, they don't have to get it. I'm thinking that's the way they're going, because they've been pushing hard for it, and I've heard too they've been trying to put it on smart TVs and stuff.
Yeah. I think that's gonna. Yeah. I think that Game Pass logo is gonna show up on future TVs.
Yeah, they're pushing for it to be everywhere, and this is like an excellent way of doing it by taking big developers and going down that route. My only problem is with Sony and them is because basically they do have certain titles which are big. It won't really affect me as much because basically I have a PC that can play, Xbox games. And right now I have an Xbox. What is it? Which one's the last gen Xbox?
Yeah, your Xbox
Series
One.
X?
Yeah, you got one.
Xbox One X. Okay.
Yeah.
I get confused because I want to play Series X.
Yeah, I got the Xbox Series One X.
It's serious.
Yeah.
It's very serious. But I got an Xbox One X already in. But I wonder how many of those games will continue to come out. I know certain Legacy. I heard Legacy, but I don't really know what that entails. Is that going to be just Skyrim, or is it going to be Elder Scrolls 6 with it? Is it going to be the new Wolfenstein, or is it just going to be the older Wolfenstein?
Mm.
Will it be like just up to Fallout 4, or if they release, let's say, Fallout 5 or Fallout New Vegas 2, will it come out?
Don't tease us, Nineball.
People's been saying they got both. When you have both Obsidian and Bethesda, these are the two companies that made New Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
So they
New
have
Vegas
that now.
So good.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be now, to be completely honest with you, because that's Fallout New Vegas, right? That you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
Because now, correct me if I'm wrong. Does any of the Fallouts connect at all?
So I want to say, so it's the same world.
Okay.
Same world. Time frames of them might be completely different. So Fallout 3 is on the East Coast. Fallout New Vegas is on the West Coast.
It makes sense.
Now, whether or not they're in the same time frame, I didn't pay attention to that part for time zones for cross comparison. I think Fallout 4 is way farther in the future than 3 in New Vegas because the person was like asleep for almost, like, if I remember right, 400 years or so, or 200 years, or
Yeah, I think 3 was 200, 1 to 200 years, because they was in that place for that long.
Okay.
I believe.
well, that was 3. I'm talking about 4.
Oh, 4. I can't remember how long I was asleep.
Like, you were frozen, but you were frozen as soon as the bomb fell. The bomb fell and created the Fallout world.
Yeah, then they take your somebody takes your baby, remember?
Yeah, and then you gotta go hunt your baby back and find him and all, and you get the whole institute and everything. Yeah, so it's the same world, but the timelines, because you're doing it in America, you have such a large map to play with that they've created different zones for each of these to appear in. So Fallout 4 is in a different area than 3, than New Vegas. The Fallout 76 is in a different area. That's up in Vermont, if I remember right.
Which one's in Virginia?
Oh, no. That was 76 was in Virginia.
Yeah.
76 is in Virginia. I think Fallout 4 was up in, like, Massachusetts, Maine area, up along that zone. So you've got this large-ass map that they could play with, so they pretty much created different stories, same universe, But yeah, I don't know about the timeline ties for them, unfortunately.
Well, the reason why I was asking is because if it's anything like, because Elder Scrolls, they're all different, but they're still kind of in the same world vicinity type.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sure how Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 76 and Fallout 1, 2, 3, I didn't know how all they compare. Because if they are linked, then I would be more confident to say. Now again, it's still unclear, but I would still be more confident to say that that's not going to be a console exclusive. If they're not linked, like Final Fantasy, Fantasy, then it would be. Then I would be like, all right, well, I got. And this is just an example. I got Final Fantasy 7, but Final Fantasy 8, that might be exclusive for Xbox. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at that point where I'm like, I know I never really played Fallout, so I can't really contest too much on that. But that's what I would assume on the outside looking in. You have all these, because I know one of the biggest things that people will say is that Xbox wants to they're really consumer friendly, and they want to keep that image, and doing that to where it's taking all these big titles away from Sony, away from Nintendo, away from whatever. That's going to be anti-consumer whether you like it or not. Like, that's way bigger than the whole Spider-Man thing, where the two people have the Avengers, but if you're on Sony, you have Spider-Man, and you have the possibility of getting Spider-Man, but you can't on Xbox or PC or anything like that. That's bigger than that, because at least for Xbox and PC, they can still play the game. They just can't play Spider-Man. Like you're literally depriving every other consumer that's not Xbox away from this and trying to push them towards Game Pass or a new console, and they may not want that. You know what I mean? It's a smart business move. It's a very smart business move, and that's why exclusives kind of exist, so that way these developers can focus solely on this platform and they can push it to its best possible limits. I know Ohio does not like the word exclusive. He hates it. He wishes everything was on everything. And I was the same way up until I realized why exclusives really kind of matter. Like, I've always questioned why I always kind of am drawn to PlayStation over all the other consoles and stuff. And that's the reason why, is because the exclusives that they have and the games that I can play off of there speak a lot more to me. So I go where the games are, just like gamers should go. They should go where the games are. And I think though... Okay, that was weird. You guys can still hear me, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
I got a weird little setup, but we Gucci. But yeah, it was just I just think that was a really weird. It just won't be. It's going to be anti-consumer or anti-PlayStation, anti-Nintendo. It's going to be pro Xbox all day, every day. And as a business strategy, very smart for them to do. They just bought out a whole company that has their own E3 conference. You know what I mean? That is smart as crap. But if people don't give Xbox flack for that, then you guys can't give Sony flack for having Spider-Man be an exclusive. You just can't. You can't. But yeah, Mildew Care, what are your thoughts about this?
I mean, it feels like they're probably gonna pull off where it's just they're gonna do the launches first off on Game Pass, but then eventually they'll probably push it outward to others, depending upon deals or situations or whatnot, or fan base requirements or what people are requesting, et cetera, et cetera. So, but I feel like they're going to try and do some exclusives for them, but they will probably do other ones to try and appease the masses, because it's not going to be right away that you're going to get everyone on PlayStation, Nintendo, Stadia if they live,
Even including Stadia.
I will remember them fondly. Moving on to my Switch. Anyways, yeah, I think that they're going to try and do that for some, possibly the newer games, possibly. But then, like we were talking about legacy stuff, they're probably going to give out, some older games that have been revamped and revitalized for the newer consoles, newer generations, and say, hey, look, shinies, and then over here is the brand new stuff only on Xbox. Do you want to come and play? Kind of something like that. But then eventually they might either get it to where it's like we can all play it through their system on others, or they're gonna have to do a launch for those consoles probably, or we're just gonna be out. So it's really hard to tell now, especially since they're being so tight-lipped about it. But I definitely agree with the points you guys were making for sure. Is it seems like I feel like it's going to go to the point where they're going to do some exclusive stuff for Xbox only, most likely.
You don't drop $7 billion with a B dollars.
Yeah.
I could definitely, you definitely don't do that without, prompts on. I can definitely see the prompts being, one, is like exclusives, but two, also, teasing them, like throwing chum in the water to the rest of the fishies as we swim around. Like saying, oh, look, here's some legacy stuff, here's some older stuff. And then it's like, oh, but you want this nice new stuff? So jump for it, little fishy. Come and get up on the hook. It's just going to be, I feel like it's going to be one of the situations right now. And I did look at the timeline for Fallout. They do kind of overlap a lot of the stuff in there, but it's not tied together. So it pretty much is the same universe, but different stories. So there's no tie connections between them all, really, as far as I can tell.
Gotcha. That's what's up. Real fast, I want to give a shout out to the Queen Bells in the chat. Hello, how's it going? Hope you're doing fantastic. We're doing great. Even better that you're here. Heyo. And thank you very much for the sub. We appreciate it. Definitely something comes with that too, actually. You're going to be entered into a drawing 3 times, actually, because you subbed. So there you go. Turn down for what? Turn down for what?
My drawings got removed.
So all right, and then the story number 2, we have goodbye PlayStation communities. So Stephen Wright from GameSpot, PlayStation communities on PS4 will be just PS4. Okay. Well, anyway, PlayStation communities on PS4 will soon be removed. Sony has announced. The console manufacturer announced that the social feature will no longer be available in April. PlayStation communities allow like-minded players to form parties, send each other messages, compare screenshots, among other activities. According to Tech Radar, Sony removed the PlayStation communities apps in March of last year, as well as removing the ability to create private parties on PS4. However, it seems players can still make parties by sorting their friends into groups. Additionally, the PS5 does not support the PlayStation community feature, and Sony hasn't announced any plans to bring that to the current gen. Makes a lot of sense. Because I don't even use Queen Bells inside the chat saying, "Ooh, yay!" Yeah, like I said, I dab on them. But yeah, I was about to say it makes a lot of sense because I actually have not used communities in a very, very, very long time. It's almost like PlayStation Home. You guys remember PlayStation Home?
What?
Do you guys remember the PlayStation Home?
What?
Do you guys remember the? No, it's very much like that. It's like The Sims, but you were able to virtually go to E3 and stuff like that, or just go hang out or play pool. Like it literally was like Sims on the PlayStation. It was very interesting.
They only did that like once, and I think they took it down afterward or something, right?
I think it just didn't come to PS4. I think it's still on PS3. I could be wrong. I could be completely wrong.
I haven't pulled up 3 in so long.
Yeah, I got it in the back room right now, but I haven't touched it though. But
it's got dust on it. I'm looking at it right now, like, ooh, I need to clean that.
But yeah. So there you go. I mean, is there anything to capitalize on here? Like, does this news shock you guys?
I mean, I never really heard much about communities, to be completely honest. I never had anyone really.
You cut out.
Community for information. Am I still here?
Yeah, you're here now, but yeah, you cut out for a second.
Yeah, that was weird. Anyways, I've never really heard much about communities or saying people, hey, go to this community on PlayStation, or hey, go here or go there. Most of the times I get people saying, check them out. They're like, here, go to this Reddit forum, or hey, check out this Discord page. Other than that, it's like there's really not much I've heard about communities. So it really does nothing for me. It's just one of the things that seems like they're trimming out support for stuff to try and make maybe room for something else that they've got cooking in the background.
Heard that. What about you, Nineball? Have any comment on that, or is it pretty much just a flow and go?
I had a Warframe community.
We're your community, man. Just hang with us,
The thing is, the only question I have though is why they've been cutting a lot of stuff lately.
It's just money, man. Go ahead.
They're trying to maximize money, but what are they planning on doing? Where are they sending the stuff towards?
And that's what I think we're going to see in June. Because, again, like one of the things, I listen to Kind of Funny Games Daily, as you guys already know. And if you guys do not know who about them, make sure you guys check them out at Kind of Funny Games Daily on YouTube. They also have a Twitch. I think you guys would enjoy their content. They're pretty funny. They're pretty witty. And they have the inside scoop because a lot of them are former IGN or OK Beast or Game Informer or anything like that. But anyway, I would say they had said, is PlayStation in trouble? Like, is PlayStation should they be shaking in their boots about Xbox coming out with all this stuff? Pretty much just big dick in the table. You know what I mean? Like, they just came out again. We talked about it. They bought Bethesda. They have Game Pass. They're putting stuff day and date on Game Pass that you wouldn't have even thought about actually being on Game Pass. This year looks like there's going to be more quality that's going to be on Game Pass. Should PlayStation be in trouble? And to their comments, they still don't think so. They're kind of curious to see how this is going to pan out. I'm in the same boat. I personally would say PlayStation is not in trouble until I would maybe August of this year, and we don't see anything that's impressive or changed. Because last year, at the end of last year, before all this was blowing up and everything like that, outside of Bethesda, but before all this was blowing up, they had said, Jim Ryan, the CEO, had said, we have something for Game Pass, and that will be announced very soon. I don't know what that means. I was happy enough with the PlayStation Plus collection to where you get 25 of the PS4 greatest hits once you get a PS5 for free. You get that for free. Like, all you have to do is download it or add it to your library, and you get it for free. I thought that was pretty awesome. And it allows me to go back and play games like The Last of Us if I haven't had it, or Days Gone, or Final Fantasy 15 if I, again, didn't already have it, and stuff like that. Like, it allows you to go back and track and play all those games. Horizon, Forbidden West, or Zero Dawn. Zero Dawn. I've been saying for I've been playing for I've been saying
ain't scared no more. Jeez, not getting ready to come out.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing though. Here's the thing with that is because this is a little derailing from the topic here. But I have been watching our fantasy league, and I still cringe that we're getting beat by LSB Live, who isn't even ALWT Gaming. He is a guest on the show. And he's beating us 21-0 to 5.
Well, that's because of his games he managed to get the games that were coming out this year.
Yeah.
All the games come out earlier this year.
Yeah.
Earlier this year. So his points are early set, which is fine. I think what a lot of ours is going to be is we got the games that are going to be high profile. They're going to be coming down the line. That's really going to kick up. Like, I'm waiting here for next week, Monster Hunter Rise. That's going to kick the scoreboard. I can guarantee you. I'm hoping for at least 80 plus, on that one.
We'll have to see.
Just the demo itself is just, oh my God. So, I'm looking for some good points there. But like I said, a lot of these games that we've got are heavier base, and a lot of them have been set to or pushed back to, second quarter, third, possibly fourth quarter, because of work at home setbacks because of COVID, or possibly just better launch times for the look of it. There's a lot of different factors there. So, there's just a lot of stuff there for that.
Yeah.
But I see him there with his points, and
He's up there. He's sipping his Chardonnay. You know what I mean? He has his little caveats. You know what? There is
he's tipping that chair. He's tipping that chair back a little too far, and he's going to find us yanking him.
Just a little bit. We're on your heels, man. We're on your heels. If you're watching this later, like either right now live or later on Twitch or YouTube, we coming for you, man. We love you, but we're coming for you. All right.
The only thing I'm gonna tell him is this: you remember that Patriots Falcons game? 22. Yeah.
9 balls.
Different.
9 balls. 9.
So just in case anybody else that's currently watching right now or listening through Anchor or podcast services that Anchor supports, ALWT Gaming, we have a fantasy gaming league, and it's literally how it sounds. It's like fantasy football, but with games. What we do is that we all select 8 different games. If they score on a Metacritic, which is a 100-point scale, anything that's above 70, we gain points for it. Anything that's below 70, we lose points for it. Anything that hits the nose on 70, we don't lose or gain points. It's just 0. All right, so, for example, if a game scores 80, then that means you get 10 points because it's 10 points above 80. So here's how the list looks. All right, so right now we got ALWT Gaming, represented by me. I have Horizon Forbidden West, Deathloop, Halo Infinite, Final Fantasy 16, Far Cry 6, Solar Ash, Dying Light 2, Call of Duty 2021, and then I have a counter pick of God of War Ragnarok, which that counter pick, what that is that if I choose a game that's on another person's list, who's my opponents, aka these scrubs up here, and pretty much if it scores terribly, like if it does 60 out of 100, then that means not only does my opponent lose 10 points, but I gain those points. If it does great, say like 80 out of 100, then that means they gain 10 points, but I lose 10 points. So it's a double-edged sword scenario. So that's what the counter picks are. Going on over to Zaka TV, which is it's the 9-ball. He has Resident Evil Village, which is coming up soon. Returnal, also coming up soon. Warhammer 40k Dark Tide. The Medium, which scored okay. This got him 5 points. Ruin King League of Legends Story. Oddworld Soulstorm. Guilty Gear Strive. Mario Golf Super Rush. He has a counter pick of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. Carrot Patch Inc., which is Mildewy Carrot, has Monster Hunter Rise, Kenna Bridge of Spirits, Ghostwire Tokyo, Shin Megami Tensei 5, Psychonauts 2, 12 minutes, It Takes Two. He has one open spot still that he's saving for as a ringer. I'm not sure what that's going to be, but I'm very curious to see what he's going to choose for that. And he has a counter pick of Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, Fantasy Football, which is our boy Silent. He has Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. He has the Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. He has Hollow Knight Silk Song. He has Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, New Pokemon Snap, Axiom Verge 2, Elden Ring, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond, and Shining Pearl. Holy crap, I did not realize he picked that up. He has Back for Blood as a counter pick. Silent, man, you were silent. You got that out of nowhere because I did not realize you picked that up. But yeah, he has a counter pick of Back for Blood. ALWT Live, who's in first place right now. By the way, Zaka TV's in second place. But yeah, he has Bravely Default 2, who got him 8 points. He has Near Replicant version 1 point in a lot of numbers. He has Little Nightmares 2, which got him 13 points. He has Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. He has The Dark Pictures Anthology House of Ashes. Monster Hunter Stories 2 Wings of Ruin. Tales of Arise. He has an open spot, and he counterpicked his brethren in Final Fantasy World, which is Final Fantasy 16, which hurts me like none other, but that's okay. I'm over it. Not really. I don't forgive you. But anyway, Ohio, you have God of Ragnarok, Gotham Knights, Back for Blood, Humankind. He has 4 open spots, and he also picked one of mine, which is Halo Infinite. I'm sorry, Ohio. I think you lost that one.
Yeah, it looks like that's coming out.
I think you lost that one, but we'll see.
I think what he's banking on is it not being good, but it's got too much of a cult fan base to where I think it's going to leave.
That's a big. He better have a lot of money in that bank.
Yeah. Now here's the thing.
There's going to be some points on that one. I think.
Here's the thing. If you end up being right, I know you're not in Ohio anymore right now, but if you end up being right, you need to call me. You need to give me your address, and I will buy you a pizza. All right, I will have it delivered to your house, and I will make sure that the pepperonis are lined up just to say yeet. You know what I mean?
You heard it here, Ohio.
Yeah, there you go. So that is that. So if you guys are curious to check out our scores again, we're going to update this every so often on our ALWT Things Gaming channel, as you guys are watching right now. But for now, we're halfway through the show. We're going to actually go ahead and take this moment to give you guys the code word. Again, as far as anyone that's been watching us or following us or anything like that's been supporting us, every month for the year of 2021, we are going to select a winner from our followers list, and you guys can win a $50 gift card at the end of the month. That gift card is going to be to wherever you want it to be at. Pretty much how this goes is that if you're following us, you're already entered. That's already good news. That's free. That's free money right there. If you guys are sub to us, that is an additional 2 entries on top of your follow. So that's going to be 3 entries right then and there, just like Queen Bells did, just like the Towel Monkey Face did, just like Sweating Llama, just like Hilo, just like ALWT Live. You guys can actually get entered in duplicates. And then on top of that, we're going to sweeten the pot even more. You guys are like, Cam, can it get any better than that? It can. Anytime you guys are watching us live here on ALWT Things Gaming, which is episode 40 today, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a code word. That code word, you just throw it inside the chat, or if you're not watching this live because you're at work, taking care of the young ones or anything like that, that's no problem. You can always email us at leastwetried.gaming@gmail.com, the code word, but you only have until 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. It's 24 hours. That code word is, drum roll please. No drum roll, that's okay. And it is Bethesda. Bethesda. There you go. That is the code word today is Bethesda. If you guys are trying to get into that drawing to increase your odds, again, make sure you guys are following us. That's 1 entry. Make sure you guys are sub to us. That's 2 entries right there on top of the one. And make sure you guys are timing in Bethesda as listed on the screen. You guys can throw that inside the chat right here. If you guys are not watching live, you guys in our audio listeners, it's Bethesda, which is BETHESDA. Just type that, send that to us in the email. Again, at leastretry.gaming@gmail.com. It'll get you in there. You know what I mean? Don't be square. Be prepared. Duh. But yeah, there you go. Again, code word is, what is it, Mildewy?
Bethesda.
What is it, 9-ball?
Bethesda.
There you go. And of course, rounding this out, I'm going to go ahead and get that off the screen real fast. But rounding this out, if you guys are thirsty, like energy drinks, but don't like all that sugar, just make sure you guys are going to Rep Sports, REPPsports.com. Type in ALWT Gaming at checkout. Get 15% off. That's 15% off. I don't have Raise Energy. Oh, this is all gone. But yeah, no, it's not. I haven't had Raise Energy for a little bit, so I gotta raise my spirits. Ba-da-ching, you know what I mean? And I go ahead and get myself a Raise Energy pack right now. They got guava mango. They got sour gummy worm. Sour. Think about that. Sour gummy worms, guys. Sour gummy worms. You know what I mean? They got Galaxy Starburst, which just sounds delicious, and it's quite delicious. If you guys like the little cream savers back in the day, it reminds me of that. It tastes quite delicious. Guava, did I say guava mango already? Baja Lime. They got, you guys just got to check it out. I think you guys are going to like it. No sugar. Definitely gives you hype. Raise the roof. Raise the energy. Raise your spirits for ALWT Gaming. 15% off at checkout. Story number 3, guys.
Okay.
So, before we dive into this one, I have played the demo on the PS5. I actually played the PS5 version of this that we're talking about. And anyone that's curious right now, the game is Outriders. Okay? I played the demo for this. I did enjoy it, but I felt weird playing it. Now, I think it's going to be really fun with friends, but it felt really weird. I wasn't engaged. It just felt weird. It just felt really weird. The shooting was okay. Whenever they had the cutscene that was going on, it was like kind of the shake cam. It was kind of like that going on. Again, I was playing on the PS5, and it felt like I was playing a PS4 game. So, I'm not trying to sound privileged or anything like that, but there's a huge difference between the PS5 games and the PS4 games. I mean, when you guys get the next gen consoles, you guys will see what I'm talking about. Yeah.
PS4.
Yeah, no, it's really it felt really choppy. Like it's almost as if I was playing Dragon Age 2 all over again, and I'm used to PS4. If that tells you guys anything, it's like playing Mass Effect 2. You know what I mean? After I had just already had a full taste of Dragon Age Inquisition. You know, it's like one of those. I might be I know for you guys, I'm not speaking Spanish or nothing like that. But for you other guys that don't know what I'm talking about, take your PS1 game and try to play that after you spend all this time playing your PS4 or Xbox One or anything like that. That's what it practically is like. So I felt like it was a backward step. Yeah, it was just really weird. But kind of going inside this story, I want to harp onto how weird it was because they actually have some good news here. Outriders is coming to Game Pass day and date. You know what? Mildewy Carrot, do you want to take this one?
Oh, I suppose I can do so. Let's see here. Outriders coming to Game Pass day and date. Eddie McCouch and Jeremy Winslow from GameSpot. The official Xbox Game Pass Twitter account is hinting at a new game that's supposed to hit the service soon, and seems to be Peoples Can Fly's third-person shooter Outriders. Update: Microsoft has now officially announced that Outriders will be released on Game Pass at launch on April 1st. It will be available to subscribers on console and via streaming Android, but not PC, according to an email from the Imagery executive. What's up?
No, I was just listening to it. Go ahead.
The image. Ugh,
Is that imaginary?
Imaginary Imaginary executive, senior vice president, lieutenant of general video games communications. I hope to God that's on a nameplate on her desk. Melissa McGame Pass. Like, I'm sure to God, like, that needs to be like
Game Pass. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, I need this on a desk. I need this on a desk, please. Like, that title, the login saying it's already just the name. Like, please. That new game has been confirmed as officially coming to the service. While it doesn't explicitly state the game's name, the references to Mysterious Signal and Anomaly has people talking about Outriders. In an Outriders story and world reveal from February 2020, a Mysterious Signal is what drives the superpowered militia group to face off against the Anomaly. At the end of the Outriders demo, players end up chasing a mysterious signal in the distance. These two callbacks are seemingly enough for people to assume that Outriders will make its way to Xbox Game Pass. Ooh, excuse me. If it goes to Game Pass, congratulations. I didn't play the demo. I had a friend do it, and he asked me when I passed him some acid, because he was like, what the fuck did I just play? And I'm like, bro, COVID, I've not seen you in forever, and I don't do that shit too. You know that? He goes, I know, but seriously, what did I just play? I'm like, I don't know. But he had comments of like, it was a mixture, like you said, of like, you know, Dragon Age, Mass Effect, and like he threw in a whole bunch of other games. Like, it was just like, he said it was gaming puberty. Is what it felt like he just played. And I'm like, I'm kind of glad I missed this now.
Yeah,
because I don't know if I would have gotten it either.
Now, don't get me wrong. It is a fun game to play. It's just really weird, and I think it's something that we have to. I think it's something that we have to get past. I think I would enjoy playing it with friends because that element does seem pretty cool. I mean, you start off the whole purpose of it is that you're coming back down to Earth after being, I guess, in space for so long. Come back down to Earth and seeing that now you're trying to restart civilization or something like that. I don't know exactly what mission that they're on, but they're doing something techish and futuristic. And then some stuff happens, and again, you're just a normal person. They call you Outrider and stuff like that, along with other Outriders. And I wish that's actually a critique I had. I wish that they actually had the Outriders, like you can choose the voices, you can choose the sex, you can choose how they look to a limited capacity. But I wish you could actually change the pitch of their voice or how they sound or anything like that. I don't know why. Like, I mean, there's other games that do that, but that one in particular feels like that I should be able to control my voice option. Because, I mean, listen, I'm going to be blunt with you guys. I'm a black guy with long dreads and I sound country. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like something like that. Even though that does exist. I'm just saying
there can't be a black guy with...
I'm saying that it does exist.
Dreads walking around in some pretty much high tall boots, pulling up his riders going, what y'all doing in these parks here now?
I was trying to be Bronx. You know what I mean? I was trying to be the Division Flash. That's what I was trying to be, but I ended up being, I don't even know, Red Dead Redemption Flash.
You ended up being an Outrider is what you did.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, but yeah, it was, I mean, yeah, and it's definitely the Garth Brooks of shooting. I did enjoy parts of it for sure, and I think I stopped right when you get out of the prelude, because that whole beginning portion you play by yourself, you're getting through the story and everything like that. Something happens, your guy gets powers, and then now you have like 4 other missions that you can do, but you can do them with friends. I stopped there in case anyone else from ALWT Gaming or anybody that I'm friends with or anything like that is wanting to go ahead and get through that with me, so we can see how the co-op is, just like kind of how I did for Godfall. And in fact, that was one thing that Blessing Adeoye Jr. from Kind of Funny Games had mentioned. He feels like that Outriders has the same energy as Godfall does, to where Godfall wasn't bad, but it wasn't amazing. The graphics are amazing. The gameplay is great, but it feels familiar. It feels like Dark Souls. It feels like a lot of Sekiro. It feels like all these other type of games that already exist. It doesn't feel like anything too extravagantly different, but the multiplayer is fun. And that's something that I'm waiting on for the rest of ALWT Gaming to get themselves a PS5. That's what I'm waiting on for Godfall, and that's what I've been looking forward to from the whole beginning of that. This has that same energy, but the difference is that I don't have to spend $70 to play it. It will just come to Game Pass, and I can just go ahead and play it. That's the benefit there. So definitely a little something there, a little feng shui. It's the 9-ball corner pocket. Do you want to take on number 4, which is Watch Dogs Legion getting crossplay and cross-gen?
Oh, I was going to say something to the last one.
Oh, go ahead. Live your best life. It's your world. I'm just living it. You know what I mean?
I was just reading. I was reading their profile because I've heard of people can't fly, and to be honest, some of it sounds right up their alley. I thought I remembered that name from Bulletstorm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Painkiller.
Didn't play that one. Played Bulletstorm, and Bulletstorm was okay.
Yeah, Painkiller. You play as Heaven's assassin Dan.
Okay.
I guess you got to go to hell because Satan got kicked out of hell and by some guy named Alistair. So you got to go fix this problem.
No references there, people. No references at all.
They do some pretty wacky and zany games. It sounds like something up. I never played the demo, but it sounds kind of wacky. I also see too that they did the Gears of War.
Mm-hmm.
They got Gears of War 2, Gears of War 3, and Fortnite Saved the Earth along with Unreal Tournament. And Gears of War
Saved the Earth. God, that's their solo player, their single player game that got terminated, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I got so pissed at that. It looked like it could have been a good game, but they got so sucked up into the MOBA. It's just.
I'm a bit curious because I didn't know what games they all made. I've heard of the company, but I didn't really know the entire profile. I just looked it up. It looks, I don't know. From what I'm hearing, I wouldn't probably pay for it, so I'm kind of glad it is coming to Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
Because it sounds like a drug-fueled nightmare, but maybe a good one.
Yeah, I'll take a free Game Pass game on it versus trying to pay money for it, you know?
Yeah, right. I would take I hope it's a good drug experience, okay? Purple elephants, not scorpions running around on you. That's a giant scorpion in the room! Bill's been hiding in a corner for 15 minutes now.
Get it off.
Thinks there's a 20-foot spider against the wall.
Hello, Dave.
Yeah. So on to story number 4, which is Watch Dogs Legion getting a crossplay. Yeah, no, you're good. Crossplay and cross-gen. Do you want to take that one?
Yeah.
All right, live your best life.
Gabe Gurin from GameSpot. Watch Dogs Legion back in 2020. Wait a minute. Watch Dogs Legion launched back in 2020, but it wasn't complete, as online multiplayer was delayed until 7 months later. Though the game is available with cross-buy support between console generation, it doesn't support cross-play or cross-generation play. But Ubisoft is planning to change this eventually. The game's official Twitter account confirmed this when replying to a fan's request saying that the development team is adding it in an update later. It didn't give a date for when this update will happen. And based on the delays we've seen for Ubisoft's online mode already, it was originally set to come out months ago. Ubisoft Toronto is likely working to make sure it runs smoothly before moving on to adding more features. The previous Watch Dogs games have both included multiplayer modes. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
As well, they didn't try to deliver the exact same experience as a single player portion. But with more people in the original game, for instance, you can use a separate phone app to attempt to stop a player running around on the ground. It was a novel idea given the phone hacking interference the series is known for.
Yeah.
I haven't played any of the latter Watch Dogs. And for me, this is still good news. I mean, I'm glad it's going into cross-play and cross-support. I mean, if and when I do, well, probably more when I do get it, it'll let me play with my friends no matter what thing I get it on. Yeah. But it's just going between consoles or consoles and PC?
It's I'm pretty well. Let's see. It says cross play and cross gen. Something tells me that it'll be consoles and PC. I wouldn't swear by that.
Yeah.
I feel like it could just start off maybe between consoles, or it could be between, because right now don't Watch Dogs remind me, because like I'm with Nineball, I've never played them. They're on all systems, or are they not on PC right now?
All systems,
they're
even
on systems,
PC.
yeah.
On PC. Then at this point, I would think that they would have the capacity to put the crossplay between all of them. One would hope. But with recent crossplay capabilities we've seen them slowly add other systems as they go through. So it could be one of those deals where like we're going to go full crossplay, but it's going to take us a minute to do it, you know. So we'll have to see what they do, if they've already had this hashed out from the beginning and they're now implementing it in full, which is why they haven't said anything, or if they're going to be like, we'll get to it eventually.
Yeah.
You know,
just do the eventually part. We don't need a date. Make sure it works when it launches.
Yeah. You don't want to Cyberpunk 2077 it.
I was about to say it could come in it could come now, it could come in 2077.
Now I'm one that played all of the Watch Dogs so far. I'm actually currently going through Watch Dogs Legion. Not really far in it, but I like the aspect of how random it is, and I mean by the way you start off with your character, the way that you start off with your character is going to be entirely different than how I start off with my character. And every character that you recruit has like a different backstory, which is pretty cool. Like, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty extensive too. You might have some overlap. You're probably going to have some repetitive people that have the same exact story or whatever the case is, just because of how the algorithm works and everything like that. But ultimately, it's pretty vast and it's pretty cool. And I also like how, and I think I said this actually last week, I like how like I have to relearn how to drive on the correct side of the road, because I'm used to driving on the right side from the previous Watch Dogs, because they both take place in the United States. This one does not. It's a whole other country. So I had to drive on the opposite side, the left side, and that's normal for them. Everyone has their accents too that just nail it, which is really cool. I'm very excited for this one. I've dabbled a little bit. The online play for at least the first Watch Dogs was strictly competitive based. It was more of like a, hey, I'm versus you type thing. Let me see if I can find you or whatever the case is and kill you or whatever the case. That's how that was. The second Watch Dogs seems to have more cooperative play. I would like this one to kind of be like a straight up co-op type world. Like if I wanted the Grand Theft Auto the mess out of this place. Like, that's kind of how I want this one to be, just because of how, like, you can have it, you can set permadeath on your characters on the base story to where if you die or something like that, then you're dead. Like, you control a whole other person because that person's gone. You can't get them back. There's no reviving them. There's no taking them to the doctor. There's nothing like that. Like, he's gone.
Can't Phoenix down him?
You can't Phoenix down him. Now, I will take back the part of me saying that the doctor... Because I think if you might have a person that is a medic or does something like that they actually can revive a person. But again, that's a really, really like that. There's so much possibility in this game, and I'm very curious to see how this multiplayer is going to go. Makes me very excited that I don't have to have the PS4 version and the PS5 version on my PS5 in order to play with Ohio, because Ohio has this game too. So it sounds like that cross-gen will be included. And normally in games like FIFA, you can't do cross-gen playthroughs, because while they're loading up and inside the warm-up section, I'm already in the game and I'm ready to go. So it's impossible for something like that to happen. But this game, I don't remember there being any load times. I don't remember there being anything like that already on the PS4 version. Well, granted, I am playing on the PS5 version, so I guess I can't really speak to that. But it doesn't... I mean, Ohio, I'm not sure if you're on the stream right now. I see we have a little over 20 viewers right now, but if you're in the chat, man, definitely go ahead and throw it in there if the PS4 version of Watch Dogs Legion has any load times. The way it's set up, I don't think it does. I think it's just strictly like the game, and that's it. But I could be wrong, because again, now that I'm saying it out loud, I do remember me playing. I've only played the PS5 version, not realizing that it had a PS5 version. So I don't know. I think it could work. I think it'll be awesome. I think it'll be fun. Very excited for it. And time will tell. Time will tell.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, guys, that's actually all the gaming news that we currently have right now. This Sunday, we actually have a little announcement to make in the anime industry with me and Gravity Mark II. You guys may have already heard about it, but we're going to talk about it, and it's going to be a lot of good times. As always, again, if you guys want to try to increase your odds of winning that $50 gift card, make sure you guys are following us on Twitch. If you guys want to increase it even more, if you guys have Amazon Prime, you guys have Twitch Prime. Just combine the two, and you guys have a free sub. You guys can give that sub to me. You guys can give that sub to Mildewy Carrot. You guys can give that sub to It's the Nineball. You guys can give that sub to the Queen Bells in the chat. You guys can give it to Sweating Llama, PNAPL _. You guys can give it to her. Anyone that you guys want to support on Twitch, you guys can give it as a free sub, and you guys can renew that monthly as with your Amazon Prime. It costs you nothing. You're already paying for Prime. Might as well use it. That's $5 you're wasting otherwise. This Thursday is going to be Smite Night with me and the boys, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But you guys might see Mildewy Carrot earlier on his stream with him. It's the Nine Ball in Ohio. Possibly a little bit of Gravity Mark. Who knows? We'll have to see. But yeah, that's going to be coming out this Thursday. Be on the lookout for that. And then all the way up until this Sunday, which is all day anime from noon, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until 1:30 Eastern Standard Time. And that's going to be with me and Gravity Mark II. We have a lot to talk about. We have new animes we've been watching. We've also been keeping up to date with the other animes that's currently out, like Black Clover, like Attack on Titan, which actually didn't come out this week, so we had to look about that. Like ReZero, like That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. All of those awesome animes. We're keeping up to date with it, and we're having our discussions about it, deep dives about it, joking out about it, all the whole nine. So, and of course, you guys can find any of our content at www.alwtgaming.com. You guys can check out our stuff there. We also have a mobile app that you guys can download from the site. You guys can also check us out on social media platforms such as Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, anything like that. Just type in ALWT Gaming, and you guys should be able to find us out. That's ALWT Gaming on YouTube. If you have a hard time finding us on ALWT Gaming, you guys should type in At Least We Tried Gaming, because At Least We Tried. Once again, that email, if you guys are trying to send that code word, which is again, what is it, Nineball?
Bethesda.
Yep, right there, Bethesda. You guys can type it in, send it on over to us at atleastwetried.gaming@gmail.com. Guys, what are your plans for this weekend? What are you guys going to be playing? I know, Mildewy Carrot, you're pretty addicted to Valheim right now, trying to pry yourself a little bit away from Monster Hunter Rise, but what else are you planning on trying to play?
Probably gonna see if I can maybe complete some of my backlog stuff. Subnautica pretty much is almost done. I just got to build the one rocket, but I've been procrastinating on that. And maybe play some of my PS4 games that I've got in the backlog too. Just try and get through those. Just get through story modes and not worry about the extra stuff. So I'm mainly just going for story completions, but we'll see if I can pry myself away from the MHR demo and Valheim long enough to do that.
Go. Yep, there you go. What about you there? It's the Nine Ball. What about you there, Nineball? I know you've been, again, dabbling a little bit with Final Fantasy VII Remake. Going to go ahead and get a little bit back into Valheim, but what else is on your plate? What's going on?
It's going to be probably a ton of 7. And probably going to start revving to finish finally Cyberpunk, because I've been screwing around a lot of secondary missions for Cyberpunk. Those will probably be the big two, and like I said, catch up on anime.
There you go. And as for me, I'm just getting through actually Final Fantasy VII Remake on hard. It was kicking my butt. Definitely had to re-image the way I think about everything, but it's working. It's pretty fun. I think I'm starting to get more cutscenes that I didn't have inside the original playthrough. Very excited to see about it, and we're actually going to talk about that next month as our pose a challenge for all of ALWT Gaming that wanted to participate to get through Final Fantasy VII Remake, and then we're going to talk about it on one of our ALWT Things Gamings as one of our top stories on that one. Just kind of get you guys' thoughts and feedback about that, and I'll just be in the background as a Final Fantasy VII fanatic. Absolutely love the game, but you guys hear me talk about it all the time. I want to hear your guys' thoughts about it. I want to hear what you guys liked about it, what you guys didn't like, the emotional stuff, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of that. And of course,
horrible.
And of course, I put the names on top. So if you guys want to follow It's the Nine Ball and on Twitch, It's right there. Just go to www.twitch.tv/it's the 9ball. You guys can check them out there. Or if you guys want to check out Mildewy Carrot, it is www.twitch.tv/Mildewy Carrot, Carrot Patch Kids. And make sure you guys check him and his bro out as they are going through, which is TBF Abyss. You guys can check that out on, they do the Strength in Numbers, which is our Sin segment on Mondays on his stream. Good times, blowing up-ish, you already know.
Killing each other, you know.
Sometimes.
Doesn't like some good old bag. Oh, there is no sometimes. Especially not this last one.
Yep. And one last shout out I want to go ahead and give. Again, we have ALWT Gaming hoodies. We have ALWT Gaming shirts. We have ALWT Gaming mugs. We even have the face mask. So if you guys want to check that out, make sure you guys go into www.ALWTgaming.com. Go to the About Us section. Click on merchandise. And you guys can purchase yourself some merch dirt from there. I think you guys will enjoy it. It's pretty comfortable. It's like a little summer hoodie. And I'm wearing it indoors. And I like hoodies already. I mean, Mildewy Carrot in my line. You got a shirt, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I got the shirt. I got the t-shirt.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
That's all you need.
That's all you need. All right. Any last announcements before we go ahead and dip out, gentlemen?
Stay safe. Take care, guys.
Yeah. And one last thing I will actually say, because right now one of our own Abs3315 is currently streaming on Twitch. She's playing some Apex Legends. So I'm going to try to see if I can set this up and surprise her with a little raid. So bear with me for a hot second. If I can get this in the next couple seconds, I will go ahead and do that. If I can't, then we'll have to figure that out another time. But let me see if I can go ahead and do that. Raid a channel.
But in other words, check her out. Give her a like. Give her a fave. Tell her, why didn't you hit that target? You know.
Oh, she's not streaming anymore, is she? Let's see.
She stopped.
Dang it.
Abs 3015. Oh, no, she's right here. She's right here. Bam. Start that raid.
Oh, snap.
Yep.
We're raiding the channel.
Yeah. Oh,
Because we played Valhalla!
Valhalla for the mother.
And just tell that 9ball that you better not miss.
Oh, Mildewy Carrot's right there with it. Oh, well, I'm watching this. What is she doing? No, why did she pick up that weapon? No, don't do that. That is the worst thing to do at that point in time. She just lost time. You know.
Until next time, everybody. Control Alt.
Complete.
Peace.
Peace.